Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Lloyd and this is a 21st Century Tattoo. Delph, thanks for sitting down with us today.
Thanks, man. No worries. Thanks to you.
It's good. It's nice to meet you. Nice to actually come down to your new shop as well. Let's kick this off. Let's get going. I'm going to go straight in at the deep end. What I want to know really with you is kind of why tattooing? Why are we here? Like, how did you get here?
I think like a lot of people, I think, well, especially when I moved to London, the prices of tattoos compared to France were quite crazy. And then I've got tattooed by friends a lot, when I was 17. So for me, the tattoo industry was like tattooing from home, being like skaters, like city rats, you know what I mean? Like just getting fucked up, getting tattoos and not really paying attention to like the craft really itself. So I moved to London and I was like, I need to get tattooed, but I don't have any money, right? So I was like, I need to find a way, and I didn't know what to do. My friend was like, hey man, should we get a tattoo machine? Like we could buy some cheap kits online on eBay.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like everyone started like that, right? You just want to practice,
Yeah. I mean, you can go and do that now, can't you? You can go online and just buy a kit.
And that was like 6-7 years ago, and I bought a kit, and we did like some tattoos in my bedroom at the beginning. I stopped, and then 5 years ago, I was like, dude, that was kind of interesting, and I needed like a new direction in life, and I needed something more creative. In London, everyone's creative. Everyone does something of themselves. Everyone is an entrepreneur of like on their own way with like their own passion. You know what I mean? And I was like, what do I like? Because I love skateboarding, but the money was not really coming in. So I was like, how can I do it? And someone was like, someone asked me to teach them how to tattoo. And I was like, I don't really know how to tattoo. But the guy was like ready to pay me and to like show him. And I was like, fuck, I could make money out of it,
Okay.
So it kind of started like this, which is actually horrible to say, but the money actually drove me to it, like I was like, oh, I could make money and do something I love, which is like the perfect combination, right? It's like do something you love, you make money. So yeah, I started again, pick up the machine, no art background, nothing. I just literally did the simplest drawing at the beginning, the simplest tattoos, and picked up like that, every day, something compared to skateboarding. I compare always, and I always say I compare to skateboarding because it's something that I loved and I could do every day, like non-stop,
Without it feeling like it's work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you love it, so it's not work. It's like I'm tattooing every day, and then at the end I could possibly make money. So it's like a really sustainable lifestyle, like you do something you love every day, plus you get paid. So you can like pay your rent, do every day. So the beginning was really hard. So the beginning it was like actually really low money. I mean, I was a premise scratcher, so it's like, no skills, no art background, no skills, nothing. Didn't know how to set up a machine properly. So I all learned from YouTube.
Including like actually like artistically. I presume you must have studied that.
No art background, man. I was a skater and like just having fun, but I was always creative because I was like hustling since really young. I would always find a creative way to like make money or just have a lifestyle that suits me.
Yeah,
I don't like to work hard. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got so many passions. I'm a lover boy. I love everything. So working hard is taking me away from all the stuff I love.
Yeah,
and tattooing was like regrouping skateboarding, creation, my friends. It was like being in the industry, in the community, and having fun, plus making money. I was like, this is like the best part of a job I've never looked for, never found before. So yeah, I started like to tattoo a lot, and then I understood to get in the industry, like seriously, to take it seriously, you need to find an apprenticeship, right? It was like at a time or whatever, like my surroundings were like, you need to find an apprenticeship. So yeah, so I've Googled, I look YouTubes, and I got closer to like big artists to know how to do it. And yeah, it was like deleting my Instagram, start portfolio, start drawing, learn how to draw, and then it was like, okay, I have to do a portfolio. So I had to learn how to draw, but like I was so passionate that I really drew like for 6 months every day, before work, after work, break, like non-stop.
Because you loved it.
Dude, because I loved it, and then I was so like, I'm gonna make this my life. Like this is like the best job I could never ever like walk like out of it. It's like I have to do it. It has to be me. I mean, it's like I've been good at school, but the studies never interested me. I was always like, why did I study that? Like, I mean, I got 3 diplomas, so like I've been to school quite a lot, but I could never follow. At some point, I was getting bored. I mean, nothing interesting. But when I had this, I was like, dude, I bought like millions of book of references, Google every day, like YouTube, like you end up like studying like a maniac, right? Just to one purpose, to be an apprentice.
Yeah.
And then this study, as you know, you never stop. Like we study tattooing, we study the design, the craft, we study like needles, we study everything.
Yeah.
And that was my school.
Bro, I'm like, I don't know if you're like anything like me. I'm like a tattoo nerd. You know,
Yeah,
I've just
we
researched
all
every,
are, man.
yeah.
Every tattoo artist are massive nerds.
I feel like if you're not, then there's something wrong. You're probably
you're not
you're not in
succeed.
the right
You're not
career.
gonna know. You need to know. Like Kendrick Lamar said that. Like, why is he so good? It's because he studied rap. He studied rap. You need to know everything to be the best.
Yeah.
You need to know everything to be the best. I was talking to like one of the artists that work here, and he's really like, he started, but he's really hard on himself, you know. And I say to him, you can only be hard on yourself if you look at the best tattoos online. Like, you know what's the goal, and until your tattoos are not that good, you can only be hard. Because this is the thing, like we all study so much, you know, like it's always on it. We're always on it. It's like non-stop, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Even now, it's like we're gonna talk about tattoos. Like we need to know what you think, what I think. And that's studying right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, man, it's learning. Do you know what I mean? I've got like, we never stop learning. I think the moment you feel like you've learned it all, then yeah, you know, that's a big mistake. And that kind of strive and that like yearning to learn more is, like you said, is going to drive you to that next level.
Exactly.
I mean, how long have you been tattooing? You can already see, like, I've followed you for a while. You can see your progression in the work is crazy. And to hear from you that maybe you didn't study it is quite like shocking, because you kind of have that, you must just have that innate talent. I mean, you talked that you kind of bought a tattoo machine and was kind of experimenting with that with friends. Take me back a little bit, and so I can kind of understand. I mean, how old were you back then? Kind of, you're from France?
It was like 5 years ago, so 30 minus 5, 25. It's like an age, an age that you kind of have to start making money. Do you know what I mean? It's like you, of course, but like, it's like, okay, I need a job, right?
Now's the time to get serious, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's time to like get a nice flat, like make money basically. And yeah, the love of it was just like, it was the perfect combination of like best job, best life. It's a lifestyle, you know what I mean? And for me, it's the same as skateboarding. It's a lifestyle. Like, I love it, and nothing could break this love of like making money with something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you could do, I hate talking about money all the time, but it's like, you can't do something you love every day without making money. You need to like sustain yourself with a sort of job, right?
Of course.
If you combine both, it's like the perfect.
Yeah, I always say like you spend 70-80% of your life like working. So
yeah, exactly.
It makes absolutely no sense to me to spend that time doing something that is not investing in your future and is not something which makes you feel intrinsically happy. Yeah,
exactly.
Of course. Yeah, bro, that's what it's about, man. Where are you from originally? Obviously, I've got the French accent.
Yeah, so mainly south of France. I was born in Marseille. I grew up in the Basque Country. Grew up in the Caribbean, where I'm from, where my dad's from, and Bordeaux. That's where I did my teenage years. But yeah, the longest place I live is actually London now. Lived there for 11 years. And yeah, Bordeaux was like, the teenage years was like when you remember, like when you like drinking and like all this bullshit, like teenage years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm pretty much from London, I think. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I've grew up here pretty much.
This is you. You're not going there. You're staying here now.
Yeah, business is here now, so I'm seeing myself definitely like trying to move. Like, I traveled a lot, so this is what tattooing was the best part as well. Tattooing is the traveling, you know, guesting anywhere, meeting people around. So London is always going to be my base, but with tattooing, I have the opportunity to work anywhere else, which is like a crazy fucking plus in this industry, to like be able to travel with it, you know?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
So I definitely, London is my base, but yeah, of course I'm French, and I see myself worldwide. This is why the name of the studio is Sans Patrie. It's the meaning for me. The meaning in French means no nation. So you're someone that's not patriotic, right?
Okay.
And what I see behind this, or the meaning for me, is that anyone that's patriot now, kind of an idiot to me, you know. It's like, it means you've never seen the world. The world is such a beautiful place. You can't love your own country because every country is kind of wrong at the moment. Every government are wrong. Okay. But a place like London, or the way a place like my mind or your mind is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So Sans Patrie is like, I don't have a nation. I'm worldwide. and this is why I'm French, I'm English, I don't care. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm from the world, you know.
Bro,
I'm mixed race as well, so it's like it's mix of cultures. So like, yeah,
best of everything in one. I
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
like London is like the multicultural capital of the world. You know, like
yeah. It's the center of Europe at least.
For
Do you know what I mean?
sure.
But which is almost the center of the world. Like, it's one of the cities the most visited. You know, so you definitely have all the cultures.
preference over Paris then. Yeah.
I hate Paris.
What's the tattoo scene like in Paris?
It's good. I mean, it's good. Paris is like it's a hard topic for French people. Every French people that are not from Paris hate Paris.
Yeah.
Because it's where you have the worst French people. It's like people are
Worst
not,
drivers.
Worst drivers. Like the mentality is like everyone is not happy, grumpy. It's a weird place. It's a beautiful city. You know, it's actually the top one visited place in the world. But there's so much negativity into it that makes me not enjoy it. I've been tattooing there a few times, but it's always, I don't know, it's always a lot of backwards mentality.
Yeah.
It's kind of really old fashioned.
Okay.
So
It's quite insular.
yeah, exactly, you know, and especially like in the tattoo industry, for me, it's I go away from like this old mentality that we separated ourselves from, you know. So when you go back there, it's always like some people complaining in tattoo studio. It's like, if you're not happy, I mean, you have the best job, right? You can do what the fuck you want every day. Live with your, like, we talk about love of tattooing,
yeah,
right?
man.
And those guys still complain. And I'm like, I don't want this. And when you go to Paris, it's always like some chit chat. So it's my experience. I don't want to say it's over like that for everyone, but
No, I hear that, and to be honest with you, it annoys me when I hear like tattoo artists that are in such a fortunate position, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking it for granted.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays when it's become so popular, there are so many people who would kill for an apprenticeship.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's like, you've got this amazing
life.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? To be able to do this like for a job and like, don't waste it.
Yeah, and then I don't know if they're blind. They can't see that. They can't see how much potential and how much chance, how much privileges they have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Sure.
we see it because, I mean, I started from nothing. So like, first it's like, I can do what I want. I can do what I love and get paid. Like, how can I be angry at this? It's like, and I do it with my friends. I do it like, I become popular. Like, my life got 10 times better, 20 times. When I see someone complaining, I'm like, what was wrong? They're like, well, if you complain, if you have a problem, there's always a solution. Do you know what I mean? In school, like, you learn fucking...
Yeah.
That's what you...
I'll tell you what, that's
from school.
easier said than done though, because I'm guilty of that. Like, I sometimes it all just gets on top of you, you know, and like, especially when you're running and managing a shop.
Yeah.
Like, it's things get blown out of proportion.
Yeah,
you know?
You definitely need, this is why you need, like, if you have a problem, as I say, here's a solution. So if you get too caught up on like too much work, give away the work, find a manager. Like, do you know what I mean? There's always, if there is a problem, there's a solution. Always. There's not even, it's not easy to say, there is. Just make it work, sit down, think about it. Like, what do you complain? Ask about it. Talk to people. Do you know what I mean? Like, try to find a solution.
Yeah.
There's like so much, anytime I have a problem, I have a solution. I have to find it. Because I don't like to feel like, I don't know, like stressed, anxious. It's horrible to have problems, right? So
of course,
straight away, you have to be like, okay, let's sit down. What's wrong? How can I fix it? Who can I talk to help it? So there's always a way, you know what I mean? And especially in tattooing, I mean, we work in a community and we all do the same stuff. So clearly, your problem, someone else had it.
Yeah.
Do you
feel like you have people to bounce off in the industry when you do come across these problems?
Of course. I mean, if it's an industry or not, this is why I love London, because everyone works for themselves. Do you know what I mean? So when I had a problem in with the money, for example, like the accounting, I'll ask someone else. Everyone, like the accountant I've got, is like an agency that is from a girl called Hannah Marshall, amazing creative director, and she gave me an agency, you know. And like, I talked to them, they never had a tattoo artist, but then, do you know what I mean? It's like, that's not got nothing with tattooing, but if I have a problem and I wanted a good accountant, I ask someone and someone else give it to me. You know, it's like, you don't have to like ask people in your industry, because in your industry, there's a lot of people that probably have the same. So it could be like, I have people, but everyone's got people. Do you know what I mean? You have people, everyone does it, you know, so So yeah, you just have to ask. And social media. When I asked for the accountants, it was on social medias. I asked on Instagram, who's got a good accountant? Boom.
Bro, we have like the world at our fingertips, you know.
That's it. Every time I got a problem, like I need a carpenter. Who's got a carpenter? Do you know what I mean?
It's always the way.
Yeah.
It used to be Facebook, and now it's just bang a story on Instagram.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like, I think I did something today, like asking for
Exactly. Sound engineer.
Yeah, of course. And I had tons of people get back to me.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that kind of people are out there and wanting to help.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised people want to help. I was never like just like how do you say that? Like a people person, you know? But since I've been receiving so much help with the studio, and I mean in my career of tattooing, I'm like, I want to give away, because it's actually like, this is when you feel like you're part of a community.
Yeah.
Do you know, when you get the help, like, which is beautiful, this love, like you just want to give it back. So
it's good that you have that mentality. I don't think everyone has that mentality, you know. Some people are just climbing their way to the top and they don't care who they step on, you know.
Yeah.
So once you get there, to kind of give back, I think is very important.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not want to give back when people help you to go up? Do you know what I mean? It's like, even those people that help you out, you're going to have to help them. Like, it's just common sense, or it's kindness, you know, like,
of course.
Give back the kindness. This is the thing, if people that get caught up in problems, it's different mentality, you know, it's different mindset. But I always try to share this positive mindset of like, you're going to be helped, help. You know, it's karma, it's simple karma. Of
course
like,
it
mindset, you know.
100%.
So yeah, share the love, for sure.
Talking about helping out and sharing the love, you know, I think that kind of leads quite nicely onto an apprenticeship. And I guess I want to know how you ended up with your apprenticeship, and maybe I know you maybe have an apprentice at the moment, or a couple of apprentices.
Actually,
tell me a bit more about that.
But mine,
yeah,
we're gonna start with mine. Yeah, basically, as I said at the beginning, I was like, I wanted to get in industry, so I had to get a portfolio to find an apprenticeship. So I had this tattoo artist helping me out to find an apprenticeship and work on a portfolio, drop my portfolio to different studios, got one, did like maybe 5-6 months. It wasn't for me, wasn't for them. I'm someone that's need to grind. I need to keep working.
Could you not do that there?
Because I just need to do it. I just need to do it. And they taught me a lot. The hygiene, as I was tattooing from home, so the hygiene was like super terrible. So that taught me like a lot, that, you know, what I need to do with the machines, with the hygiene, with the health and safety, to be able to like go back to like doing myself. Then like a few months later, like Samblo called me, Maxime from Samblo wanted me to guest spot, and then just, you know, the job came after that.
Okay, so that's how you ended up there then.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You know, because I mean, Maxime is always like a visionary, you know, and he's always been good at finding talents. And I think you see that Samblo is a successful business just because of this man. You know, I mean, he's got like such good approach of the industry, of any industry. You know, he's a good businessman. So yeah, so it took me from like the underground, like I was tattooing from home, and he was like, "Hey man, do you want to guest at Samblo?" And I was like, "I'm actually coming already," because the manager already invited me. So it was like perfect. I could tell they wanted me there. So, and
it's just, some things happen in life, you know, it's meant to be.
Exactly, it's always like that. You know what I mean? So like, help yourself, and the world will help you. That's, you know what I mean? So yeah, like love given, and now I have to give it back. First, I didn't want to, but then I had a studio, and I was like, do you know what? Actually, like so many people asked me for help, asked me for advice, and I saw that I kind of knew a lot more than some people, of course. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I could share it. And then more I was sharing it, the more I had artists here, the more I was thinking, God, I want an apprentice just to teach someone from the beginning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like artists will know some stuff and then they will not listen for everything. And I was kind of like, I want to teach someone from the beginning,
from
teach
scratch.
them right, from scratch, and then
nurture them and kind of
exactly
100%. I feel like when you take people on who have started out a little bit, there's a lot of bad habits, isn't there?
Exactly,
for sure. There's a lot of different ways to tattoo, but there's definitely the wrong way.
Yeah,
some people, particularly, not that there's anything necessarily wrong with teaching yourself, because I think with the resources now, it's an avenue that can be explored. But I don't think there's any substitute for a proper apprenticeship and kind of starting from scratch.
Exactly. Or it's not even like, to be honest, the apprentices, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to tell them like everything, especially with drawing. Like, I took people that are really good at drawing, so the only thing I have to teach them is pretty much how the industry works, health and safety, the machine, the needles, how it works, and they're good at drawing, so they just go straight away.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I'm pretty good with social media, so I'm gonna like teach them with this as well. And I think when an artist, as you said, is already used with some bad habits, and they're caught up in this, like they think it's right, and you can't really tell them it's wrong. You just have to show them the good example, right?
Yeah.
And they don't look at it, they don't really listen to it. It's like, okay, it's still they do it, but like it takes a while. Once like you teach them from the beginning, it's so much easier. And also it's like it makes me feel so good to like see someone
See the progress.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's really interesting to have apprentices. I was gonna get one only, but then it was like two application that were like so good, and I was like, I can't let him go. The other one, I was like, I'm gonna take both. You know?
Are they both at the same stage now?
Yeah.
How
like,
far?
They have like 2 weeks. 2 weeks from each one. 2 weeks apart. Sorry.
Apart, yeah.
So pretty much like 2 months. 2 months in so far.
2 months in.
Yeah.
Are you, where are they up to with that? Are they kind of?
I've got a plan for the apprenticeship. I don't want to do like the conventional, like, oh, I don't tell you when you're gonna start tattooing. Do you know what I mean? They're hungry, and I was hungry as well. They're really good at drawing. They're like really amazing artists. So yeah, the plan I was gonna have is like to make them do a flash. So basically create a portfolio, the tattoo portfolio with flash. And once they do 50 flash, then I'm gonna tattoo fake skin.
Yeah.
And then when they start doing fake skin and they can reproduce the tattoos, the drawings
To that level on fake skin.
then you're gonna start having clients.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best way to do it. It's probably the only way. I mean, you know just as well, like fake skin, synthetic skin is still nothing like the real thing. And you kind of, where's that line when it's like, right, now's the time to get on
real skin.
onto real skin, tattooing yourself, you know, maybe tattooing your mentor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, because I feel like only at that point do you really start learning.
Yeah, exactly. The beginning is literally using the machine, right, on the fake skin, and then understanding how to whip, how to pack. And also the fake skin, to be honest, is quite good because it's really thin layer. So you don't have to go really deeper than that. Otherwise you'll be blowing up the skin, right? So I think if they can reproduce exactly their drawings on fake skin, it's perfect. Because they will know to not go too deep. They will know. It's like, especially fine line. It's like, it's delicate, right? So they're not gonna dig in. No. So if they can reproduce it perfectly, then I would start tattooing.
Yeah. By the time they're in real skin, they know what they're doing.
And hopefully it's like in a year time they'll be tattooing. Do you know what I mean? Like proper tattooing. And like both of them, they're so good that it's like, do you know what I mean? It's like I didn't want to take someone, especially at the beginning of the studio. I didn't want to take someone that I would have to teach how to draw as well, because it would be so much. It would be really long. I have to be able to like make sure that these guys in a year time, they're gonna be like tattooing, you know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure. And
like as at the beginning of a studio, I don't think you can like risk to teach someone too much. Like you need help, right? At the beginning of an entrepreneur, of the beginning of a business, sorry.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to choose someone that was gonna help too much and take too much of my time. So I didn't need someone that I'm sure they're gonna be able to like work pretty soon.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
So how do you manage that? How do you kind of manage, I guess, your time tattooing along with your personal time, along with making sure the standard of the shop is where it needs to be, along with teaching an apprentice? How do you find that balance? How do you manage to achieve
at the same
that?
Time, like I don't have time off. Like even on the days, man, I'm doing reels, I'm doing Instagram, and I'm texting the videographer to do some editings. To apprentice when they're here, I'm like, yeah, just watch me. Like I'm going there, they draw next to me, so I'm telling them what to do. Like there's always, I do all really like one by one, but like I finish one, I do the next one and the next one and the next one, and I really never stop.
Yeah.
Like I'm always on it. Nah, like literally like never stop. I went on the days, people are like, oh, you can't wait to turn off your phone. I'm like, turning off my phone? Like, that doesn't exist, man.
No.
That's impossible.
I would hate it. I'd feel like I was like,
no, I'm gonna miss out. I'm gonna miss like massive FOMO.
You're saying?
FOMO, man. Like I can't do it. I mean, just because I love what I do, so I'm not like the hardest part is to really tattoo and do all of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is what I told you. Now I got 10 days off. I'm here today. I was like trying to find some like furnitures for the studio, so I'm on it. But when I work, when I tattoo, you can't do anything else. Like your brain works for 7 hours because I got a management and I can like tell them what to do. That's the only thing. You need to find the way that I actually really do it in an easier way now that I've got a studio is to have like a team. You need to be able to find the right people that understand what my vision is and that understand how the studio should run.
So you can focus solely
So I can
on...
focus, and I just say, hey, dude, like this needs to be done, this needs to be ordered. You guys need to clean this. You need to. It's just like having people around you that will do the little tasks that I can't do. That's really important. I mean, no studio can run just with just one guy. You know, like you need a team fully.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will run a dry pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, I mean, I can't tattoo 5 days a week and manage the studio. That's like impossible.
Yeah.
Like I need to manage myself. I got like 7 artists. I can't like. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's impossible.
Yeah.
I got like a really good automated system as well for bookings. Compared to other studio, I think it really helps. It's all online. It's all calendars. So like clients can go on the Google calendar on a calendar, which is your days. You know.
Oh, okay. So they can.
That makes it really easy.
Gives them a bit of control.
It's like an automated system. So that for them, for the management as well, it's like less work. They just have to like send like the emails forward to the artist.
Yeah.
So that makes it easy.
Was it like almost like a consultation form almost? Do you do
submission form? They say like it's quite detailed. You know, I can show it to you later. And it's so submission form with like all the requests, the skin tones as well, so we're not surprised. So we can have photo references uploaded, and as much details as possible. And then the studio received that, and then the manager know the artist that will correspond to this request,
and kind of filter
and then
out.
and then the artist take care of it, and then the artist send to the automated calendar, so that the client just choose their appointments, and they can reschedule, move everything. So actually, we just talk about the design with clients,
take the pressure
which makes
off.
it easy. Yeah, it takes so much pressure off.
Do you know what I feel like listening to that? I feel like that kind of highlights how important a manager is.
So important.
You must have a very talented manager. How did you find them?
Funny story. He basically, when I moved from somewhere, right, he did a trial there to be the manager, and he was overqualified, so he didn't get a job because he was like meant to be assistant manager. Yeah. And the actual manager there was like, oh, he's too qualified. He's gonna be bored. And I was like, well, he's a French guy. Met him in a party. I mean, a party in a party. And he's really nice. And I'm opening a studio, as you know. So like, do you mind if I like do a trial with him? Yeah. And first day, he was like on point. Since the first day I worked here, he came for an interview. Boom, works straight away.
Just got on like
He just got the common sense. He knows everything. He knows how to manage. He didn't know much about the industry, but that's easy to learn. The most important part for a manager is to be able to manage and knowing what to do, because he's like on accounting, on orders, on replying to clients, being polite, being like receptive. You know, like you need someone.
There's a lot of skills and sort of that are required for it, for sure. It's definitely not for everyone.
Exactly.
I feel like as an artist, when you start opening a shop, you kind of take that role on as well. So
yeah, exactly.
It's good.
Exactly. I've always been good with like, you know, talking to clients and taking bookings. So like I just pretty much tell him how to do every industry, and then that's easy. But yeah, the management is super important, and the apprentices help as well. Because the way they learn like health and safety is by doing the stations and like cleaning the machines, and do you know what I mean? Like we did it, and then you know that you learn so much just by watching and then helping out.
Oh mate, 100%. Like I don't know how I would have got to where I've got, whether if I hadn't have gone through that, you know. Yeah, exactly. I learned quite a traditional apprenticeship on coil machines and like scrubbing tips and like pipe cleaners and like hours. I worked in like a walk-in shop where it was like £10 tattoos, bro. I was working in there for like a few months, one summer, and it was like the pile of grips at the end of the day, bro. Sometimes I'd come in and they'd be out from over the weekend, 250, 300 grips, and I'd have to be banging them all through the autoclave, you know. Oh man, honestly, I wouldn't wish that on any apprentice now.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much gone, unless you're like in a trade shop. But now with cartridges, like you don't do it anymore. Yeah, I mean, it's like
changes the game.
Yeah, so much, especially for them.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about like cartridges and the equipment maybe that you use. Like I know that you've like got a couple of. You're supported by, is it Emala?
Emala, yeah. They're really amazing actually. I was approached by them like a lot of people, but I didn't doubt. I just like, hey, you want to send me some stuff for free? I'm down. I got a YouTube channel. I got following. I will definitely share. Like I would, if you have me, as I said, I will help you. You know. Yeah. And they ended up to be amazing needles, like super tight. The Type 3 is the best needles I've ever tried.
I need to try this.
They're actually amazing, and I made everyone try the studio, and everyone's like, oh wow, they're the tightest 3. So when you do fine line, it's like it's heaven, you know.
And you prefer that maybe over a single?
I do lines with single, and I shade with 3.
Yeah, same.
For like the peppery. I do use like mags or like bird pea needles a bit bigger to like, you know, if you
depending on getting some saturation
piece,
in.
you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
Needles are like brushes. I always compare that to brushes. It's like if you want to do, I don't know, I don't even know the terms in English, but if you want to do a painting, use many type of brush, and the same thing with tattooing.
Yeah, you don't just
with the
use
tattoo,
one thing.
you're gonna use different needles compared with the tattoo, you know.
Yeah, man.
So,
For sure. Yeah.
Exactly. What do you use?
I mean, I'm kind of flitting between stuff at the moment. Like, I've gone through, I've tried a few bits. I'm kind of like Magic Moons at the moment. I kind of find for the price, they're really good, and they kind of tend to be quite sharp.
Yeah.
I use like bug pin 3s specifically for like pepper shading. I do a lot of single needle lines.
Nice.
I feel like even though our styles are very different, they're also quite similar.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Where does your style necessarily derive from? I mean, the French prison style tattooing, would you say it kind of has a bit of that inspiration?
I've been tattooed. I think the aesthetic that I have in my mind has always been the same since really young. So I love churches. I love every imagery that like old fashioned. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I brought like, I love architecture, all architecture. So I brought all of these when I started drawing with like hatching, because I didn't know how to draw right. So I was doing hatching because it was the easiest lines. So like little demons, little angels, and you know, there's so much reference for this kind of type of
like the real classical stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So I started going with these because it was easy, and I didn't know how to do drawings. I didn't know how to do portraits or like shade. I didn't even know how to shade, you know. So I didn't understand the light. I didn't understand like anything of like shapes. So I started with like really.
It's crazy to hear that like after looking at your stuff, you know.
It's funny, right? It's just because that's the thing. It's like I started really, and I think this is what I want to do with these apprentices. And I already know how to draw, so it's not a problem. But I could tell them the flows and how to make it right as a tattoo.
Yeah.
And I know I could see so many people fucked up tattoos because they try to do something they can't do. Why would you try to do something on someone's skin forever that you can't do, or are you bad at it? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can't do lines, then practice your lines, make them right.
Yeah.
If you can't do lines, then just do shading.
Yeah.
If you can't do portraits, don't do portraits. Do you know what I mean? So like at the beginning, I was doing only what I could, but I always loved, like, as I say, like even like churches, like cathedrals. So like all these drawings that's in there, they're quite complex. But so I tried to understand the light and how the design works. So like the hatching became dots. Then I understood the light's coming from one way, the shadows the other side. So I started like improving my drawings, improving my tattoos, and bit by bit. And this is why it was bold at the beginning and I super fine line, because I'm trying to push the more realistic possible.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning still to draw, kind of thing. You know, it's like crazy. So like I'm refining my work. This is why it turned into fine line. Just the only reason.
Yeah.
It's refining to turn to fine. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
much trickier.
So true. Yeah. Kind of taking it away from that traditional stuff, like that real bold line.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I
the
prefer
traditional
that.
is ignorant, right? Because like, I mean, traditional is ignorant. You know, the tattoos is like,
it's stylized. It's not. It's not really.
It's ignorant for real. And so the beginning was like that, and then the more I wanted to like, okay, the face actually works like this, so then you go like that and you put the shadows, and then if every realism doesn't have lines, so then you're gonna refine your lines to make it like, do you know what I mean? And
yeah, of course.
It's more like a sketching with a pencil now. That's what my style is. It's like really like single needles. There's outlines, which is the pencil, and then I use like a 3 to like put it darker, like with a pen. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I compare my style to sketching a lot. Even if it's clean, it's like a lot like drawing, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's cool, man. I love that style. Always have. I love collecting it. Some of the tattoos that I've had a lot of the traditional stuff. It's only very recently I feel like this kind of style has become a lot more prevalent, you know. Talk me through some of your tattoos.
Yeah, my tattoos are definitely not what I do. Like, this is the thing. Like, as I said at the beginning, I was getting tattooed by friends a lot at home. So most of my tattoos are super ignorant and just like party tattoos, house tattoos.
Yeah.
But I have one taste, and I always had the same taste. So like all my chest, all my body is religious. Crosses, Sacred Heart, cherubs, churches, Mary, Jesus, snake. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's
are you religious?
No, at all. No, at all. You know?
Just appreciate.
I appreciate the art. I appreciate that's our culture. The European, like Western culture, is coming from that. You know, if you're Japanese, then you go all this like all that art. Like for us is pretty much Christianity that started art. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like in a way,
No,
I don't want to
course.
say too much bullshit, like, but
No, it's
the
true.
Christianity
100%.
art was shown for us for like centuries. So, yeah, that's kind of my culture that I had, you know, like.
Yeah, for sure. That iconography is so. That's a lot of that is in the UK.
I could identify myself just because
I'm France.
I was like, yeah, exactly. There's so many churches, so I could. It's the art that since I was really young, and I always find it so beautiful. So I was attracted to try to do that, like naturally,
because it was what was around you.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell, like French prison tattoos. If you look and think of the way they were doing the tattoos and the quality of the tattoos, they were trying their best. It looks ignorant,
Yeah.
but they're still doing woman portraits with like broken glass and burned rubber. Do you know what I mean? And it's still a portrait, so
It's crazy.
these guys were
stuff.
trying. Yeah, exactly. It looks ignorant, but they were doing really well.
Yeah.
So if you have like the equipment that we have, you cannot do the same, but better.
Yeah.
So the
course,
tattoos
yeah.
I have and tattoos that I was influenced by, like with French prisoners, is the same. Like the beautiful woman and beautiful Marie, whatever. This is like, it's the same, but better. It's well done. But you see the composition of like Russian prison tattoos, French prison tattoos, or like, you know, 19th and 20th century of like European tattoos. The way the placement that were made, you know, like, so the compositions. I use a lot of that, and I use a lot of Japanese composition. So I'm trying to mix all these animals with like this, you know, a bit more like Western tattoos. I'm trying to mix these two together.
Yeah.
So like that's my direction in tattooing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different. It's got its own style. It's unique, you know. It's definitely an inspiration for my work, for sure. Who maybe for you is your biggest inspiration? Would you say like tattoo artist or just generally in life?
So many people, man. So many people. Like a lot of people that I met through the years as well. I think he evolved so much. And anytime that someone does something amazing, it's inspiration. Like people ask me, what's my books? How do I find imaginations or inspirations? I'm like, just I look around. I fucking stand on Instagram 3 hours, 7 hours a day, you know, like, and every time I find something cool, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try that. Because also it's like, I didn't know how to draw, so I've learned how to draw by watching people.
Yeah.
I've learned how to tattoo more than drawing. Do you know what I mean? Because I actually tattooed more than I drew in my life. So I'm watching at tattoos, I'm watching at everyone's work that I appreciate, and there's so much out there, right? So my inspiration is the industry. I'm inspired by everyone. Like there's
Other people, yeah.
There's so many amazing artists, you know, like, I mean, when I started fine line, it was a lot of like Ruby, Ed Tamets, Spider, Smeek, Clay Gibson.
Yeah.
We all know them, the OGs of the fine line, you know. So like definitely like everyone else in fine line, they started it with the Instagram, you know. I think before them there were other people. Yeah. But for a lot of us, they're like the protagonist, let's say.
I guess that kind of like brings me on to what I kind of wanted to ask you about social media. I know you run a YouTube channel, and you obviously got quite a big following on socials. How important is that? Obviously, we know for sourcing work and kind of, I find myself just looking through some of the artists, like the Korean artists and some of the Russians and Ukrainians. It's just crazy. It's mind-blowing stuff. I like finish a day of tattooing and then I'll go on Instagram and I'll go, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. You're like, oh, my tattoo is so good.
It's like,
and you're open your phone, you're like, that's terrible actually. Like,
it's like, what am I doing? I'm going to give up. Like, you look at that stuff and you think, how are they managing to achieve that? So on one side, it's so good because it's a motivator. Do you know what I mean? To kind of achieve more. Like, how important is social media maybe for you getting your bookings? How much do you rely on socials?
It's everything. As I say, I was tattooing from home. All my I've never done walk-ins in my life, so it's all through social media. I think for me, at the beginning, everyone was like saying, "Oh, social media is fake. People are fake on it." To me, I just see it as I show what I do. Yeah, and I do a lot. So this is why I'm good at it, because I do a lot. So I have 2 things to post. I'm passionate with a lot of things. So, you know, YouTube was like an opportunity to like show people my personality, some lifestyle, some trick tips. There's always something like some tutorials. It was like more interacting with my following.
Okay. And rather than just using it like a gallery, you know?
No, exactly. Yeah, it was like showing people, like I've learned from YouTube and I've learned with people telling me some stuff. So I don't like this old mentality of like not sharing your skills, not sharing your tricks, you know. So YouTube was really to share and make people appreciate, you know, like the side of the artist, like the personality, instead of just the art. It was like showing a bit of me which I think helps. This is why social medias are good, because you can see the people more. I mean, social media, I'm talking weird. When people show their faces on social media, I think it's good, because you
100.
see the person behind the work, like, and it just makes you, I think for the clients, it's kind of like reassuring. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless the person looks scary or whatever, but still, like, they have a feeling of the person more than just the art. And sometimes when it's like the art match with the artist, it's completing the tattoo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like the art artists look alike, they live the art, they appreciate it. And I think doing this on social media just make clients want to book in. Maybe I talk shit, but I think showing yourself is a way for people to just
to feel connected with you.
To connect with them.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, like, it's a permanent thing, you know, we're creating these permanent pieces of art for people, and there's a lot of trust involved. And I think if you can kind of show people, like, this old, outdated, like, closed doors, intimidating biker studio, you know, like, tattooing is now in the mainstream, it's so popular. And there's so many people, like, are putting trust in us. I think to show the side of us, I think it kind of helps instill that trust in.
I don't know if you realize, but I think in this industry, or like in the world, everything has to be more real. Like the movies, the cameras, the sound, the music, everything becomes more clear. The video games, you know, now the video games look so real, right? The tattoos back in the days were primitive, tribals, traditional, which is ignorant, and now it's like we have such good technology. Your tattoos have to be more intricate, more refined, so everything becomes more clear. People have more like understanding of what it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's become way more real. So Instagram, now it's reels. It was instant, now it's like real. They want like videos, they don't want photos, they want to see the person, they want to see the action. And I think this whole industry, or the whole world, is moving more to like diving into that metaverse. Like, they want to dive into reality.
It's reality, isn't it?
It's weird because it's not reality. They want to dive into.
It's a fake reality. It is a fake reality. That's social media in its core. Is this?
It's not a fake reality. Is connection to. Is connecting connecting ourselves with something that we can feel right now, and not watching a photo. Like, now you can like dive into something that you can see in 360. So it's like it's connection with a photo. Metaverse technically is like a journal that's like that you dive in. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. That's why I see it. It's like a piece of art instead of hanging on the wall. You have like a digital copyright. Do you know what I mean? Like the NFTs, all this stuff. So everything becomes more real. Everyone needs to be connected with these things, and I think that's the way that everything goes forward. Like movies, you can like interact, like on Netflix, interactive movie. I mean, everything goes into like you have to connect with things. This is what like Tesla wanted chip to be in the head. So now you just like connect. Do you know what I mean? It's like everything has to be like diving into like reality.
Do you think that's where it's going then? Like where's that going to take the industry? Where's it going?
Where tattooing is going, I don't know, man. It's hard to know, but you can tell already. Like I was talking with some artists, I was telling them how post works on Instagram, for example, and one of the girl was like posting like for placement, and she was doing really small tattoos, and the work didn't add many likes. And I was like, no, people want to see the work in their face. So you zoom in, you show all the details. People want to connect. People want to dive into that thing, you know. So thinking of this direction, like the tattoos, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be, you see, like NFTs, like metaverse. I don't know. I have no idea where it's gonna go, but it's gonna be something way more real and more connectivity to it. It's like, is diving into it. So I don't know, like I can see some artists doing some tattoos, like animating motion and a tattoo on like 50 clients, and that makes the tattoo move. So I don't know, some stuff like digital tattoos, something that people are gonna connect to it, and then that kind of like 50 tattoos on 50 different people connect 50 people, so it's like connectivity. I don't know, there's
hopefully by us kind of doing this, and that's another what I kind of wanted to try and achieve with the podcast, you know, is getting it out there to more people, making it being, like you say, people diving into it, making it more accessible. Yeah, man.
I think this is where it's going to go. It's going to go more into videos, definitely. I mean, it already does, right? And the videos, you know where it's going to. It's going to go to like the metaverse, or like you're going to be able to go and, like, I have no idea, I'm talking shit now, but it might be able to be in the metaverse, and then your Instagram page is going to be like a video page. You just open the door in the metaverse. boom, video, you're in there, like 360 view, you're gonna be in a tattoo studio. Do you know what I mean? Like,
bro, I'm excited.
it's something like that. You're probably gonna sit down in a chair in the metaverse, put your arm there, and you got a robot that's gonna tattoo your real arm.
That.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck that.
I don't know. I'm trying
that
to
means
think
we're
of
out
like,
of a job anyway.
no, we might be able to like have the tattoo, have like a fake skin, an arm, and we're gonna tattoo it, but the person we're actually controlling the robot
From somewhere else.
from somewhere else. Do you know what I mean?
Mate,
So I don't know,
mean, look
man.
at it. It's in hospitals now. They have robotic,
Exactly. Exactly.
robotic surgery where
Exactly.
the surgeon is
It's
on,
like
is
in
on,
Sydney and the
is
person
in
gets
another
buried in
room.
Thailand.
Or,
Exactly. Exactly. So same thing
Maybe.
with tattooing. It
that'd be
was an
cool.
idea and it already exists.
We
You know
just
what I mean?
tattoo from home on like an Xbox controller.
Exactly.
Like,
You know, exactly. It's like become like
imagine.
really TV game.
yeah, the fear.
That's
of,
where it's going. I'm telling you that. Like,
That's
we're
it.
gonna tattoo to Mars.
Call it now, there's the
I want to be
prediction.
the first tattooist in Mars, man. I'm saying
on
it,
Mars.
man.
Okay, that's it. Take that. That's the prediction.
That's where it's going. We're going to a different planet.
Yeah,
We're going to tattoo in Mars. Tattoo in space.
maybe
first.
in our lifetime. Who
I want to
knows?
tattoo in space in a hotel. You've seen hotels in space?
No,
They're doing like in 2027. It's gonna be the first space hotel.
right.
So that's what tattooing is going.
You're there.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
Space
sweet.
hotel. You know.
Get me on the guest list, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sound.
We're gonna do it together. Space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's-
space podcast, man.
Space podcast, space
know.
project. I like it.
Exactly. That's where it's going.
It's cool, man. I love it. It's so good, bro. I want to know then if you were in space right now,
Yeah.
what 3 items are you taking with you? That's it. You're,
Damn.
you're
3
moving.
attempts to go to space.
Yeah, 3. Only 3.
Is my girlfriend an item,
She can
or
be.
she can take 3 items with her?
No. You can't.
Damn, we got
take-
6 items.
So
I'd
she
be like,
gets
hey,
3 as
babe.
well. No. So 3. You can take her.
And okay, I can
Tattoo
take
machine.
her. Food is an item. I need food to survive.
Yeah. No, you can have food. Food
yeah?
and water's included.
Okay, my
And shelter.
girlfriend. Damn, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, if I can have food, if I can have water, all that, and life's pretty sweet. My girlfriend's pretty chill. Probably my cat. Do you know what? Like my cat.
Yeah.
I don't know
Nice.
if he deserves it.
Bro, that's
He's
it.
mean.
That's all
I'm
you
kidding.
need, is he?
I don't know. 3 items.
Are you
I
a
don't
cat
know. If
man?
I have food and water and I can live happily, like, I don't need anyone else than my girlfriend. I think it's like chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe paper and pen. Do you know what I mean? Doing something I love
Yeah.
with the people I love. That's it.
And you can just sit and sketch the earth, you know. You can
Yeah, sketch my girlfriend, stand by Earth by the window, you know, like the U-blow, just like draw my girlfriend. That's
Yeah,
it.
man. See, that's great. And
What would you take?
What would I take?
3 items. It's 2.
I mean, I'm gonna
hard.
have to take some sort of music.
Yeah, you
That's
do music.
100%. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to take something. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I mean,
Oh,
what
yeah,
I would
like a
take. I'd need to
speaker or
take,
something.
yeah, a speaker or Spotify or I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, probably a tattoo machine or
Yeah.
something to create, pen and paper for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like, I feel like not being able to create would
Mm-hmm.
kill me off.
Yeah.
I'm into my cars.
I would
Can't
take
my car
a
with me.
3D printer.
Okay, or you can just print whatever you want.
Anything I want.
That's clever. That's clever. That is clever.
That's it. My girlfriend and 3D printer. I give away the 3rd one. You know what I mean? I don't need
Yeah.
nothing else.
I don't really know how to bring this back to earth now with the conversation, bro. It's like, I guess I kind of, let's talk. I don't even think we've spoken about your shop, man. Like, we talk. There's a good way of me kind of hearing your personality through that and what you'd want to take with you. But here we are in Sans Patrie. Like, I'm
Patrie.
probably pronouncing that wrong.
It's alright. It's alright.
You've not been here long. Like, how did
5
you?
months, yeah.
How did this come about, and how did you get it to where it is right now?
Help, a lot of help. I mean, I had the idea. So for me, it was I love tattooing, but I love a lot of other stuff, and I love doing like clothing. I love to design. And my next goal is to design, to like be a designer. So of a lot of soft stuff. So like lifestyle. I love jewelry.
Yeah.
I love clothing. You know, all this sort of stuff. So like for me, when I started this merchandise, I was called Sans Patrie. I had quite a lot of orders and I was doing all my self-packing, taking the emails.
That was the name of the merch first.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
Ah, okay, fine.
So then I was like, how am I going to do it all myself? Like, it's so annoying. I need an assistant, but I was doing it from home, so I can't have someone coming every day. Like,
Yeah.
I need a warehouse or something. I was like, boom, studio. Just get a studio so I can tattoo
Yeah,
from
sick.
there, have a space. So it's like, this is why it's like not a tattoo shop. It's going to be like more than,
Yeah, it's
more
a
like
space.
a space, yeah, that I can, you know, do all the projects and have my industry, my community with me. It's like, yes, help. Like everyone that I've been, you know, helping out with opening the studio is all friends. So is a community center pretty much. You know, it's like we all do what we love, we all do it together, and yeah, helping out each other. The space came like pretty quick because, you know, London is full of creatives. Everyone has something to bring to the table.
So, especially around here, like you're Old Street, aren't you? Like Shoreditch, this area is.
I mean, London in general.
Generally,
like everyone is creative. Everyone is self-employed. Everyone works for themselves. Everyone is hungry. Everyone needs to work. So having a space that you can involve literally every single one.
Yeah.
It just went super quick. Like in 2 months, the studio was set up.
It makes sense. You did it in 2 months, yeah.
Yeah, literally. Like, I mean, so.
Was it hard making that transition from where you were working? Because obviously, there's a lot of people wouldn't take that step. It's uncomfortable. It's difficult to do.
I needed my space. The first time that I was like tattooing here, it was really like not finished. You know what I mean? And the minute I was in, I was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is the beginning. So I felt good. Like, it was a bit scary, you know, like, I don't know, to like start a proper business by myself. But the excitement of like doing something I love even more and like, you know, be an entrepreneur, was like, yeah, it feels like grown up. Feels like a life dream that people wanted so hard. And I just,
and you got it.
I had a problem. I was not happy where I was, and I found a solution. Do you know what I mean? Do
you think you'll stay here? Is this what's your plan for the studio?
I've got so many plans.
The actual studio.
I want to open some in France, where I'm from, because I travel there a lot to see my family. So opening something else there in Bordeaux. I would love to put something in America. There's so much possibilities. There's so much opportunities.
Yeah.
We see where it goes. You know what I mean? You can't really tell. Right now, I'm going to start a merchandise. I'm going to start designing more. I want to do some jewelry.
Yeah. I noticed
get out of the tattoo industry. I want to approach way more creative sides and something a bit more young-minded, you know, something a bit more fresh.
Bit fresh, yeah.
So I want to bring these together, and yeah, there's like so much choices.
Yeah, I noticed that you do a lot of collaborations. I know, is it your partner does a lot of jewelry?
Exactly.
I know you're doing some collaborations with P&Co.
Yeah.
So how did that?
I've been modeling quite a bit from the beginning of my career, so I put this together. Do you know what I mean? Like, P&Co asked me for like modeling a couple of times at the beginning, and then we went to like a bit more times. Then they do the tattoo tour. They were like, should we do it with your studio now? And I was like, for sure. So they started their tour with mine. And then, because I was doing French prison tattoos, I did a few events. I was inviting other artists from like around Europe to work in London. So these came to me having a PR agent that I wanted to do the same event with like a sponsor.
Yeah.
So then we did an event with 19 Crimes that was sponsoring the event.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Exactly. So
kind of all fits in with your vibe.
It's just like hustling, right? It's like you love something. How can I do it? How can I do it with more people? How can people be involved? How can I share the love? Doing all together what we love. I mean,
yeah. So. Do you know what? It's refreshing to hear it. You know, because I think there are some artists, maybe not any that I've kind of had on this show, but there are some artists which are kind of like they don't wanna get involved.
It's like in their place. Yeah,
it's that fear of competition. It's that fear. I mean, that's not how it works. You know, like it doesn't help progress.
Do what you love. If you want to be by yourself, like in a private studio, if you want to be by yourself out the industry with your people, do what you love. As long as you're happy and you're not being a dickhead. So good. I mean, I don't think people should all have the same mentality. Otherwise, it'll be boring if you're all the same. You know, like for me, I'm sharing a lot of positivity and creativity. And if you don't understand something, if you're like people are like, oh, why is this person like this? You're just stupid. If you don't understand something, just make you dumb. Yeah. You're just like literally saying, I don't understand that. So this person that say that will definitely be for me an idiot. This is why we need to be all different. You need like diversity, you know. This is what makes the world. This is what makes me a mixed race. So we need to be diverse, and for us to have an amazing space like this, we need the others that actually don't have, do you know what I mean? Like,
and to strive to learn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, man, like we need everything. We need everything to make a world, you know. So
100%. That's what makes the world go round, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you? I want to know really, like, because I suffer with it a bit. How do you deal with criticism?
Really bad, man.
Yeah.
If someone say like, "Oh no, it's fine, don't listen to it," I'm like, I kind of want to think you're lying or you're really strong to it, and then really like they get it and they just go away with it. But no, I don't know. I hate it because I'm so judgmental. Like I've criticized my work
on
so
yourself,
hard, on myself. I'm so hard on myself that if someone says something, I'm doubting. I'm already doubting. Doesn't look like I'm doubting, but I doubt all the time. This is why I work so hard. This is why I never give up. This is why I'm pushing the limit, because I'm doubting. So I need to work hard.
Yeah.
So if in this process of hard working and self-doubt, I receive criticism, it's like, it's killing me, you know? It's killing me, but...
It's like, I'm already criticising myself enough.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what, like...
Are you ever true?
Most of the time, those people that criticize, what the fuck do they know, you know? Like, what the fuck do they know? They know nothing. So, if the critique was from someone close to me and it was constructive, if the criticism is constructive, then I listen.
Yeah.
But when it's just bullshit, it hurts, but I go away, it comes out of my mind, because it's like, you know what I mean, those people don't, you look at these people's online comments, is the criticism
always never to your face.
Exactly, you know, and then people have no following, they're like fake accounts almost, like just there to like talk shit, so it hurts, but then you kind of like go away with it. Like I posted a snake recently that got like 2,000 likes every day, so now it's like probably like 24,000 in a week, which is pretty insane. I didn't even like the tattoo myself, right? I posted it because I needed like a little banger between the bangers, like posting something, you know. Posted it, blew up like more of a tattoos. I was like, damn, it's like, it makes me feel good about it. Someone commented, did this guy ever saw a snake? And I was like,
whoa.
I was like, where's this comment? Well, clearly everyone likes it. So what's wrong with this person? And you go on the profile, it's like nothing, private. I'm like, you know, actually, I was gonna go diving into like, who's this person? Like, and I got angry, and I'm like, actually, you know what? People liked it a lot, more than usually. I don't care. Like, and also, it's not a realism mistake. So, like, yeah, I've saw snakes. Like, who cares? And even if I didn't see a snake, so you see, like, those comments are not constructive. Yeah. So, criticism is important to progress, but when it's like comments and shit like that and hate, it hurts, but then you kind of have to forget about it.
I think it takes a certain type of like strength, mental strength and resilience to be able to bat it off and say, you know, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? Well, have you got, what advice would you give to someone who maybe struggles with that, you know?
It's hard, man. Like, especially a mental problem like that. I think for me, it's like a mental problem, because when you self-doubt, when you have like a lot of the hard time to accept and love what you do, I think the advice would be just, it's hard. It'll be surround yourself with people that appreciate you, that appreciate what you do,
but push you as well.
Yeah, but if they love what you do, they'll push you, you know. The love will push you, and then it will be like surrounding yourself with positivity, so the doubt will decrease, you know. Like, I think if you surround yourself with like people that just push you down, that comment badly, you know, it's not really healthy. So you don't have to be the best, you know. And these people, and if you don't get better, and then these people criticize you, just get out of it. Like, don't stay around negativity. I think there's nothing worse than getting this like loop of criticism, you know. So like, just get out of it, do your thing, just find a healthy environment, because
for sure
doubting yourself is already like a bubble of like negativity. So
100%. I'd say I was quite spiritual in the fact that like I do believe that you get out what you put in, and the more negative energy that you kind of feed into the universe, the more you get it back.
Exactly.
You can keep that positive outset, which is hard.
Yeah.
It's one of the most difficult things I think I find in life is keeping positive about stuff when life tries to get you down. But it comes back. Yeah,
it's a positive trait. Like, for me, I've always been quite positive. I'm always like happy, smiling. And I feel down, but if I'm surrounded with people that are like happy as well, it's like, okay, at least, do you know what I mean? I feel good. To try to motivate yourself by yourself, like, do you know what I mean? It's quite hard. So like, of course you're gonna doubt. Like my girlfriend, for example, she works by herself. She does jewelry, you know. So like, she doesn't have to work with other people that like put her down, but at the same time to elevate yourself by yourself is quite hard. So there's like a lot of different levels in life that if you doubt yourself, there's a lot of different ways to like level up, but elevate yourself. But it's a hard topic. I think your surrounding is the most important.
Yeah,
surround yourself with positivity, because it doesn't come always from you. You know, like it has to be, you know, a healthy mind.
You need help.
I started working out, and then just that's one thing I would say. One thing I would say to someone that's negative is like, here's your lifestyle positive. Here's your lifestyle healthy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you eating right? Are you getting enough sleep? Yeah, and are you going to the gym?
Exercise. Do you like make your body? Are you happy with yourself? Like, do you have anything you could change like around you, like that will make you enjoy life more.
Yeah.
Do it. Travel, exercise, eat well. These 3 things are like life changing.
Yeah.
And you can hear everyone on YouTube, you can hear everyone on Instagram, you can hear every single person talking about it. Some people will still not do it. You can tell them what to do, they will still not do it. So that's the advice. Try to be healthy, because it will be good. I was the least healthy person 3 years ago, but like I met my girlfriend, and she really helped me out with like just having like the good lifestyle, you know, like just
like a change of perspective.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like just once things go well, you understand how it works, you know. So you like the ball is rolling, and you're like, oh wow, I'm gonna exercise now. You feel better, you feel connected, and your brain works instantly. The body and the mind is connected.
So true.
So you will feel the difference with your doubts, and if you start working out, you see clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I find it hard to meditate, but when I work out, it's my meditation. Do you know
It's
what I mean?
that time apart, mate. It's so like so many people go like the number one excuse when you say this is that I haven't got time. You know, I haven't got time for exercise.
No, I have to go to exercise before work.
It's like it's probably one of the most important things that you can do. So like make the time, sleep a little bit less or sleep quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Get up a bit earlier.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Make your time a bit more efficient and give yourself that hour a day.
It's not even that much, because when I started working out, it was like 15 minutes in the morning. Stretches at the beginning just to make me feel better, because my back hurt because of tattooing.
Yeah.
Stretches, feel connected with your body. Then you feel like maybe I should push a little bit. So like do push-ups, abs. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's the movement.
Getting into this routine of like 5 minutes, become 10 minutes, become half an hour, become I'm going to the gym for an hour and a half at the end, you know. And it's like, boom, I feel good.
And then you love it. Then you kind of
you just like it. The ball is rolling. The positivity is rolling.
Yeah.
Like you need these, because when I don't do it now, I can really feel like I'm down. You know?
For
I feel
sure.
like your body hurts, and you come out of the gym, you're like,
boom,
I'm gonna start my
you
day.
got a pump on, and you're feeling
exactly,
like,
you know,
it's
like,
and I can tackle the day now. Like
exactly.
I know the number one thing I'd recommend to people is do it in the morning.
In the morning.
Don't
sure.
leave, because if you leave that stuff till after work, you won't go.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll never, ever go, and you always tell yourself you will.
Exactly, and then even now I'm like, because you don't need much. Like people think you need to work out for an hour. Literally 20 minutes every morning. It just makes you feel good. You know, it's like your mindset. Then you go to shower, feel good, breakfast, bam, out. I actually don't even eat in the morning, but after workout, I feel like I need it.
Yeah.
So
you should do it fasted anyway.
Yeah, and it's just like a way to actually make everything better. When you start working out, then you don't want to feel bad, so you stop drinking, stop smoking. Do you know what I mean? It's like the ball is rolling, and all the problem you had start disappearing, because you kind of go to this path of like good mindset. And I think if you have any issues in yourself, it's like try something healthy. Try to go to the right path, you know, like it's easy to be like perverted. It's easy to sin, you know, it's easy to like be tempted, but try hard. And I think with our job, the good thing is for me, the positivity out of the problem was that my back hurted so hard when I started tattooing. And I was drinking, I was taking drugs, I was like the less healthy person in the world. But then tattooing was like, dude, if I want to survive and then keep doing this for more years, I need to work out. And this workout just brought my life to like to peace, but like crazy.
100%.
To the point now I have my studio, I work out in the morning, I go to the studio, I do everything, and it's like it's just a ball rolling. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's you need to start somewhere. Yeah. And I think exercise would be like.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, you're looking good, bro. You're looking good. You're obviously,
Thanks, man.
You're on the right path, so keep it going. Do you still skate? You know, you mentioned the skating.
No, I stopped. I do sometimes, like in summer, but London is not the best city for it. So
yeah. Do you know what? I used to skate as well, and like for me now, the biggest fear is
your wrist. Yeah, money makers, man.
That's
if
it.
You break the money makers,
I can't afford to be taking the time off now.
I know. Yeah, that's the thing. Lockdown was crazy, right? Moving like 3 months. And like with the bookings, and it was like such a mess. So no, the money makers, if you break them, it's really scary. And I don't want to fucking wear like wrist guards.
You know what it's like, innit? When you're younger and like you're a bit more fearless, you actually like the chances of getting hurt are lower when you're fearless. Yeah, exactly. Almost because the more you're like worrying, like when you're only like dropping in, it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? And kind of like going up for rails and stuff. It's like if you hurt yourself, you're done. Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely a risk, but I would take it if I could skate. Because it's like all my life, so I would definitely take it. But I don't know. London is not I'm from the south, you know. I'm from the south of France. It's like French California. You cruise everywhere.
Yeah.
The city is made to skateboard almost. So like London is
Round here.
pavements, rough, it's raining. It's like
Yeah.
it's gone the young time of like barbecue and beers by the skate park. It's like that's done.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of London it is.
Yeah. I mean, every time I travel outside London, I cannot skate actually. If I go to France, Switzerland, Australia, America, I skate a lot over there, but in London, I'm just, London, to be honest, I work a lot. It's kind of my place to work, and then when I have time off, I just go away.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
so what I wanted to know really for the podcast is like, are you traveling around? Maybe can people catch you not here? Are you doing any guest spots?
No,
Are you
it's
doing
gonna be hard.
any conventions or anything coming up?
No, and I hate conventions. Always hated
Do you? Why?
the industry stuff. I like to do my stuff with my people. I don't like to be involved with haters. I want to be away from this criticism, as you say, like this critics and this negativity.
Yeah.
I just want to, I know it's coming, or I know it could be there, so I prefer to be out of it.
Fine.
Do you know what I mean? So
Keep the negativity
I used to guess, I
away.
used to travel a lot. Like the year before COVID, I did 32 flights.
Okay.
I was traveling. I did twice 2 world tour. I was like traveling from Australia to LA, New Zealand, New York, Switzerland, in Europe, like Sweden. So I love traveling, but now at the studio, I'm going to be in London for a while.
Fine.
And every time I got a time off, I'm going to just chill,
Cool.
like relax, you know. So
for customers, you're probably a difficult man to get hold of.
I'm booked up already for a year, so like it's going to be, my books are closed anyway. But people travel. Do you know what I mean? Like the tattoos that I'm offering are not the cheapest, so if you can afford getting tattooed, you can afford, it's horrible to say, but you can afford to come here. Do you know what I mean? You have to wait 6 months, probably a year.
Yeah.
Time to save.
That's it. I get people kind of, because I'm just outside London at the moment, whether I'll be outside London and for a lot longer, I'm not sure. But I get people kind of saying, oh, where are you? And it's like, some people don't want to make the journey, and I'm thinking like, it's 40 minutes on the train.
Yeah.
If they want it bad enough, they'll come, you know, they'll pay the money and they'll travel. So that's, it kind of sorts the people who really want it out, you know?
I don't know how easy it is to access where you are in Guildford, but the good thing of London is that it's kind of like most of my clients are not from London. Like 70% of my clients are not from London. And the good part for you to open something here is that people enjoy coming to visit. They're coming for tattoos, like a tattoo tour, like tourism. They come to get tattooed, stay for 3 days.
That's it.
Get tattooed,
and there's
visit.
a lot going on.
Exactly,
sure.
you know what I mean? So it would definitely be good for you if people don't want to go to Guildford, because it might be hard to access and you have to research more. When London is like fly from whatever, like Berlin.
That's it.
Directly to London, Airbnb, trip is sorted. So definitely helps to be in a big city.
Yeah, watch this space, mate. I'm waiting.
I'm
excited. It's gonna be good.
Sure.
Yeah, man. That is cool, bro. Like, I guess I want to kind of wrap this up, and what I want to know really from you, maybe a little deep one, is like, how do you want to be remembered, whether that's personally or in your career?
I don't know. I always think I just want to leave an impact. I find myself impossible. I don't find a way to be immortal. Like everyone wants to be immortal. I think the best way is to share knowledge. Just like, I just want people to remember what I've taught them, and the legacy to get to keep growing. You know what I mean? So I don't want to leave a massive impact. I'm not like, I don't have a good trip, you know. So I just want to teach people. I don't want to help people. I just want to be remembered as someone uncle, you know what I mean, as someone father. I just want to be the father of like a legacy. I think legacy is the way to be immortal, you know. It's like you helped, you created, you influence people, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we look at so much reference from back in the day, so I hope that all my work would be looked at as, you know, some references, you know. So I think it already does, so it's like, keep working. There's this guy, I can't remember who said it, but posted on Instagram a text about journalists that talk about Picasso. That Picasso did more than 10,000 pieces of art, right?
Yeah.
Only 100 of them are actually...
that he's remembered for.
Yeah, exactly, you know. So I just want to work so hard and leave so much references, so much like influence that, you know, is going to stay there forever. That is 10,000 and only 100, but I want to put out there as much work as possible.
Yeah. And even in a physical format, we are literally...
Yeah, this is why I want to create jewelry.
How many people are there out and about walking around with your work on, you know? It's the same with me, and I always think, I find that crazy, you know, over the... Yeah, you're leaving a legacy.
This is why I want to design a lot of stuff. Like, this is why I want to do jewelry, because jewelry is like eternal, you know. It's like, that's going to go on people. That's never going to die, you know. So tattoos dies with the person, right? So clothing could be sustainable. Jewelry could be sustainable. So I want to design more than just tattoos. Do you know what I mean? Something that people could have for the rest of eternity almost, you know what I mean? Like, and passed on and passed on and passed on. So yeah, I definitely want to be remembered through my art and my creations. And I think this is what like makes me want to work. This is why I want kids. This is why I want apprentices. This is why I want to give away. Like, so when I die, I can see what I created, and I know it's going to be passed on.
Yeah.
I think that's my way of immortality.
Yeah.
It's the way to know that when I die, it's like I've created something. I was thinking, like, for like a couple of years, I was scared of dying in planes, and I feel so much better because I've achieved quite a lot in the last 2 years. Yeah. So I know if I die now, I've left a little legacy.
Are you scared of dying?
No. I mean, everyone. I would have the fear that I haven't done or accomplished anything. It's kind of a FOMO.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's so true. It's like not the actual dying.
Yeah.
For me, the fear,
like
because we're all going to die.
Like,
so there's no point being scared of it. We're all going to die.
Yeah.
But the fear of it more is
It's leaving people behind with nothing. Like, I need to make sure that people are sorted, hooked up. I want everyone that I loved are happy when I'm gone. Do you know what I mean? I want a legacy. I want to
and not wasting our time. I don't want to waste my time. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, wasting time is a figure of speech, I think, because we waste a lot of time. But I want to use it smartly. Do you know what I mean? Because I kind of want to waste time. I kind of want to chill by the pool and waste some time, just enjoying.
But that's not a waste.
Enjoying. Yeah, exactly. This is a figure of speech.
It's not a waste.
I mean? Because like you want to chill sometime, you want to relax. We should say wasting time. So
yeah.
I'll say, like, we want to definitely leave some legacy, you know, like, we want to use our time smartly.
Wisely.
I don't want to work hard, I want to work smart. I want to be able to chill, but also create and give things away, do you know what I mean?
And keep that hustle going.
Exactly.
Hustle.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, sweet. It's been good, man. I really enjoyed the chat, bro. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast this week. Don't forget to hit the bell icon and the follow button to be notified of every new release wherever you listen to your podcasts. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on YouTube as well. I'm Alex Lloyd, and this is 21st Century Tattoo. Thanks for listening.